Hey guys, and welcome back to my channel. My name is Kira, also known as Emily, and I am the indie poet slash writer of the book Older, the poetry book Older that you can find on Amazon. I also own two small businesses in jewelry and stickers slash stationery. Yeah. So today's video is a little... I promise you, when I tell you that my rabbit just moved my tripod, I'm not lying. I like to keep this channel raw and real with you guys. I like talking. As you guys know, I have coffee. I'm a little bit of a coffee addict, but you know what? That's okay. So I kind of wanted to talk about why I don't read as a writer. And I've gotten a lot of comments. I've gotten a lot of negative comments, etc. You know, oh, you gotta read in order to write, and you gotta whatever. There's a reason why I choose poetry. And there's a reason why I'm going to dabble into novels. I'm sorry if you hear background noise. That's my rabbit. Ugh, I can't reach my coffee. Okay, so a little backstory. When I was in 7th grade, I was maybe 10, 11 at the time. I had a very close friend. I would say my best friend at the time. You know, we were in homeroom together. We were in the same classes. We had the same schedule, etc. And he had cancer, and I had no friends besides him. And since, I don't know, people would make fun of him a lot because, you know, he would wear Ugg boots because his feet got cold, or he would wear a butterfly bracelet, and people would make fun of him for shit like that. And it whatever. It still bothers me to this day. And basically, in homeroom, we would read books together. Because at the time, I was an avid book reader. I was raised on, no TV, for the most part. And the amount of SpongeBob references and, pop culture references that I, don't understand nowadays because of it. But whatever. I'm grateful for it. Anyways, we would read books together. We would read the Twilight books, I'll be honest. We read the Twilight books. And, he eventually passed away when I was in 7th grade. We had known each other for a long time, etc. And that was in 2012. And since then, I have not read a book at all. Even in high school when I had to read books, I would just skim the back cover and just kind of go off that. Or I'd go on Shmoop or Spark Notes. But I couldn't. I don't know. Every time I tried to pick up a book and read, my brain just shut off and was like, no, I can't do this right now. And even today, to this day, I kind of struggle with it. I kind of just lost my love for reading, if that makes any sense. You know, now I prefer TV shows, movies, mainstream, social media, etc., as most people do. But I kind of miss that, magic and wonder that there is in reading a book, you know? So, I don't know. So for a long time and still now, I write poetry because I can read poetry. Poetry, it's short, it's nice, it's emotional, it applies to me, it resonates with me. And it's short, and that's pretty much it. And it's short and to the point, if that makes any sense. So that's why I write poetry predominantly. Also, I just have a love for it, a separate love for it, but that's different. So for a long time, I only did poetry. I had a writing and literary class in my first year of college, and we would always go, it was in New York City, and we would always go to, it was a 3-hour class, and sometimes my professor would say, oh, let's go meet up at the Barnes & Noble in Unions, and yeah, so we would go to the Barnes & Noble in Union Square, and we would walk through the Barnes & Noble, and he would give us a book based off of who we are as a person, and based off what he thought we would like. So I explained to him, you know, I'm sorry, I'm not a good reader, I have this issue, X, Y, and Z, and he was very understanding. And he gave me this poetry book, and I was very interested in it. It was actually the first poetry book on my my other video, my favorite indie poetry books, by James Franco. And I was very confused, and I was like, James Franco is a poet? And I ended up reading this book and loving it, and that really started my love for poetry. And that's when I wrote and published my first book, Older, etc. But it kind of, I don't really know how to describe it. There are so many moments where I just think to myself, oh, like, now would be a good time to read a book. You know what I'm saying? Like, for example, this morning, I wake up really early. I'm a morning early riser type person. I get up at like 7 or 8 a.m. every day. I woke up this morning, like 7:45, 8 a.m., made some coffee, and it's snowing outside. I'm not going to show you only because I'm too lazy, but it's snowing, as it has been for the past like week or so. But when it's like, you know, a cozy morning, you have coffee and it's snowing and whatever, I always think to myself, you know, now would be a good time to have a book. But I just don't. And I never really challenged myself to get past that, if that makes any sense. I don't know. But recently I've been thinking to myself, you know, why not? Why not have a book? And like, why not try again and, you know, really try this time and not just like skim by and say I'm gonna try it and then end up not doing it. You know what I'm saying? So this morning I thought to myself, I want to do this. So I got out so a while back, my mom, during quarantine, I also wanted to start reading again, and then I failed. But my mom gave me her old, not old, but like her Kindle Fire 7. I'm gonna get a new case for it because this case is like disgusting and gross, but she gave me her old Kindle Fire 7 because she just never really used it. She prefers paperbacks and hardcover books, not like e-readers. And basically, I decided to get it out this morning, and I was like, you know, like, I was very nervous, I'll be honest, and I didn't know what book to read. I was like very overwhelmed with it. I didn't know what to do really, and I kind of felt a little lost, all in the span of like an hour ago. And so I thought to myself, one book that I've really been trying to read lately is The Midnight Library by Matthew Haig. I love Matthew Haig as a writer, as a person. I don't know him, but I someday wish to know him because I think he's amazing. Anyways, even though I've never read any of his books, but still, whatever. Shh, don't tell him. Anyways, another author that I really like on Twitter, just based off of his tweets and whatnot, and his book seems really good. I read the synopsis. I was gonna buy it on Amazon, but I just never really got around to it. Was author Tim Koster. You should go follow him on Twitter. Anyways, he has a book called The Probability of Time, and he offered to send me this book on Kindle for free, which he did send it. I couldn't find it because I'm stupid, and I just got impatient, so I ended up purchasing it on Kindle. This is the cover. Sorry if you can see my the reflection of my bureau, but this is the cover, The Probability of Time by Tim Koster, and I'm currently up to chapter 2. I'm not lying, I'm literally only up to chapter 2, but I'm in love. Like, so I read the beginning part before the first chapter. Was that prologue? I don't know. I don't know book terms because I'm so out of the loop. But I read the beginning part before the first chapter, and I was like, what have I been missing? I was like, is this what I've been missing? Because if this is what I've been missing, I've been really freaking dumb. I mean, like, well, okay, I'm not dumb. On one hand, I completely understand, and I validate the fact that certain traumas can happen from, you know, childhood experiences, etc., whatever. But at the same time, I can't, like, not shit on myself a little bit because, that's who I am. I'm me. I have a very, like, you know, not dark sense of humor, but, like, self-deprecating sense of humor. And it's not even just because it's not even because I hate myself. I genuinely like making fun of myself because I like being relatable and I like making people laugh, and I don't know, whatever. Anyways, so I was like, if this is what I've been missing out on, like, you know, this sucks. But at the same time, I love Tim Koster's writing, and I love this book. You know, I've only read the first part in the first chapter, and I'm already like hooked. Like, I want to know what happens. And the way that he stylizes his writing, like, it's very how do I say it? It's very like detailed without being overly detailed, if that makes any sense. Like it's not on the nose, but it's also very like informative, if that makes any sense. Like I know who I'm already on chapter 1. I'm literally up to chapter 2. Like I'm not even joking. I'm up to chapter 2. But I know about this character. Like I know him. I know like this I was just introduced to a new character named Lorelai. And I already feel like I'm getting a glimpse into who she is too. Like I love the descriptive wording. I love the atmosphere that he's created. And it's not too much. You know, have you ever read a book where it's especially by like indie authors, where, you know, you read a self-published book or even a traditionally published book and you just either A, hate it, or B, you're like, this is just too much. Too much wording, too much description, too much. At first, I was like, I don't know if this might be it, only because I was getting a little bit overwhelmed because I haven't read a book since 2012. But as I kept going, I was like, wow, this is good. Like, I really like this. So I got really invested, and I'm actually very excited. The only issue is that I don't have a charger for this right now. I do, but I don't. It's like, it's a charger cable like this long. I'm not joking. It's like this long. And it's the only one that works for this because the actual cable that came with it got chewed through because we love rabbits and their chewing abilities. But yeah, so I'm hopefully going to order a new case and a new charger for it soon. And I am so excited to get into the rest of this book. And I am so excited and thankful to Tim Coster. I don't know you. You're just someone I follow on Twitter and someone who nicely offered me their book. But I'm going to leave a review definitely when I'm done reading it. And B, thank you for inspiring me. You know, A, to write my own novel and work on my debut novel because I am putting that off because I am afraid. And B, you know, just thank you for like, I don't know, inspiring my love for books again, you know? I don't really know how else to put that. Because this is something that like has been with me for a long time. I'm 21 years old and I have not read a book since 2012, since I was like 10, because of, you know, a childhood traumatic experience of losing my friend who I used to read with. And I don't want to like harp on that because, you know, I don't like pity and I don't like people to like, you know, feel bad for me and stuff like that. But like, you know, not to invalidate what happened though, like it's something that has been very serious in my life, like to the point where like it's affected my life greatly. And I just want to say, if you're watching this, thank you, Tim Coster, for inspiring my love for books again and my own, and writing my own as a writer, as an artist, as a creator. And if you have not picked up, if you're a reader and if you haven't picked up a copy, a Kindle, paperback, whatever, copy of The Probability of Time by Tim Coster, please do. It may not be your cup of tea, you know, it's not for everyone, but I don't know. I'm in love with it. And if you love it too, that's great. If not, that's okay too. Not everything's for everyone, but that's pretty much what this video is about. And I just wanted to kind of document this because this is a big moment for me right now. And that's pretty much it. Anyway, guys, I hope you have a great rest of your day. I just kind of wanted to have a little video to put out there this morning for you guys. More art stuff is coming. I have to package an order, which I'm almost done with. I was like halfway doing it when I decided to film this video, but I have to package an order, send it out, and then I also have to order a restock of my Sleep Demon stickers, etc. And I have to make more reptile jewelry, etc. Okay. For those of you who don't know, my other side hustles, besides writing and poetry and stuff like that, is I create snake shed jewelry on my Etsy shop, Reptile Rapture Art. And then I also create stickers, pins, keychains, etc. of my digital art, which you will find also on Etsy, called Wolfie Cute. And that is in all the links to everything will always be in my description, always. But anyways, I'm not going to do any more shameless self-promo. But yeah, I hope you guys have a great rest of your day. And for those of you who are looking for a good Kindle book or are looking for a good paperback, please, please, please pick up Tim Coster's The Probability of Time. I'll keep you guys updated as I keep reading it, because I'm just so excited for this like book journey, if that makes any sense. So yeah.